Time change legislation has been tabled.
It's outdated, it's inconvenient, and it doesn't reflect how people live or work today.
But what are the practical implications of the shift? Plus, a referendum website.
We want a strong turnout. We want voters at the ballot box who have considered the facts carefully, and we want a strong mandate to deliver change for Albertans.
The province launches a website about the ballot questions ahead of the fall vote. And the Calgary Expo is on.
And this is what we wait for. This is what our fans plan for all through the year.
Some of the big names and attractions at this year's comic and entertainment event.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Jacqueline Wilson.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. Today, the province made formal what we all knew was coming. Alberta is going to move to permanent daylight saving time in the fall, but it's not sitting well with some of the biggest players in Alberta's tourism industry. Kevin Green reports.
Ski hills rely on daylight in the winter, especially morning light. The change to daylight savings time will remove an hour of that.
It would force us to open later in the day, so we would not be able to safely open at our regular scheduled time at 9 a.m.
Sunshine Resorts' Kendra Scurfield says the extra daylight later in the day won't make up for it.
In the spring, when we do extend our hours, the average skier is off the hill around 3 p.m. So this move to shorten or to move to permanent daylight time would shorten the usable window of ski hours for our guests.
Thursday, the province said it consulted airlines, sports teams, and ski hill operators, but ski hill operators say they found out about it on Monday, just like everyone else.
When we reached out to the government to make our voices heard, we were met with comments that seemed frivolous.
The move means some NHL games will start an hour later. Minister Dale Nally says he talked to the NHL and those concerns were raised, but
I got to tell you, you can drop that puck at 10 o'clock and I'm not missing the game. And I think there's a lot of Albertans that feel that way.
As seen here under DST, sunrise creeps past 9:30 in December, and through almost all of the winter, kids will go to school in the dark. The AMA says drivers and students need to pay closer attention.
We are looking at additional programs for school safety. AMA is a huge proponent of school safety programs. One of those is bus patrol, arrival and departure.
In 2021, Albertans voted down the idea of year-round DST. Premier Danielle Smith says it popped back into her head after a caller to her radio show.
They said, why not live it? People don't really know what it's going to be until they live it. This is our opportunity.
Ski hill operators say if a simple call to her broadcast has that much pull,
perhaps any of us who are displeased with her decision should just call up her radio show and be like, hey, Danielle, we would like to go back to standard time. Maybe it would work.
Calgary-based WestJet now says moving to a year-round time zone is a good idea. It says it will harmonize Alberta with the western provinces after British Columbia has moved to one as well. It says it will help them maintain their flight schedules across Western Canada. But not everyone or every business thinks it's a good idea, and the Premier did leave an opening for change, saying after it's introduced, if enough people don't like it, it may appear as a referendum question in 2027. Kevin Green, CTV News, Calgary.
An Alberta energy company that owes hundreds of thousands in unpaid taxes has been ordered to suspend operations. Calgary-based Mega Energy received the order yesterday. Alberta's energy regulator says it is for unpaid municipal taxes, Orphan Wells Association debt, and the company failing to meet commitments. Last month, landowner Mark Doran ripped up his lease with Mega, saying that the company hadn't paid rent for 3 years. He and others put up a blockade, but says the company has been working around it. Mega currently holds nearly 600 wells, more than 100 facilities, and 800 pipeline segments. AER says that the company must address all non-compliances before it is allowed to resume operations. Albertans will vote on 9 questions related to immigration and the Constitution this fall as the province launches a campaign to persuade voters. But the effect of the entire exercise is unclear, and the Premier won't say what happens if the results don't go her way. Tim Brooke has the details.
Alberta Referendum 2026.ca is new online. Here's Premier Danielle Smith explaining what the page does.
The website cuts through the technical and constitutional language and delivers the fact in an accessible and relatable way.
The site is focused in on the 9 ballot questions Albertans will answer in October. They ask if the province should take more control over immigration and push for certain constitutional changes. But one economist says the site doesn't tell the whole story. His advice?
Seek out a lot of different information sources and try and combine information and data and insight and indeed opinion from a wide variety of quarters and sources.
The webpage is short on details, and that's likely by design. The Premier openly admits to putting her thumb on the scale.
I'm not neutral in it. I think these are the right policies for Albertans.
So the real question then becomes, what happens if the province does not get the strong mandate it's looking for?
If we don't, then we'll address it at that time.
She's been very clear that she's looking to get the support for decisions that she already wants to make, initiatives she already wants to embark on.
Elections Alberta estimates the process will likely cost $36.7 million, about the same as the 2023 provincial election. The opposition wonders why taxpayers should fund a costly trip to the polls and a yes campaign before that if the answers are already chosen.
We had a referendum on daylight savings time. It failed. The Premier institutes daylight savings time anyway. She doesn't care about democracy. She's going to do whatever she wants anyway.
Tim Brooke, CTV News, Calgary.
The FBI is looking into possible links between at least 10 scientists who have died or disappeared in the last 4 years, including the death of a Calgary-born astrophysicist who was killed in the U.S. Carl Grillmere was born in Calgary and attended the U of C before moving south in the 90s and working at Caltech. The astrophysicist was shot and killed at his California home in February, and a man was arrested and charged days later. But Grillmere's death is now amongst several wrapped into rampant internet speculation suggesting a nefarious link. The FBI's aim is to determine whether the incidents are coincidental, connected, or just a conspiracy theory.
That's really not very helpful to investigators. They want to kind of not prejudge anything and really just look at the raw facts.
I hope it's random, but some of them were very important people, and we're going to look at it.
Local law enforcement says that there is no early indication of any of these cases are connected, and there's no timeline on how long the FBI probe could take. WestJet is increasing the cost for checked baggage as another way to deal with skyrocketing jet fuel prices. It will now cost passengers an extra $5 for their first and second bag checked in advance. If you're paying at the airport, though, the cost increases by $10. Those flying with oversized or overweight luggage now have to pay an extra $50. The increased fees are similar to ones announced last week by Air Canada. Well, Calgary Expo has kicked off, celebrating all things pop culture, including comics, sci-fi, gaming, and anime. As Alicia Fieldberg reports, some unexpected Alberta creatures are getting a chance at the spotlight, too.
It's not just costumes attracting attention at Calgary Expo this year.
They like it a lot. I mean, it's a classic. I'm Lydia Dietz from Beetlejuice.
It's also who's wearing them. Among the cosplay at the annual pop culture convention are several Richardson's ground squirrels posed as characters from movies and books.
We do have a Hobbit scene, Princess Bride, and Death Note.
The tiny characters are a last-minute idea from the Gopher Hole Museum, based out of Torrington, Alberta.
Usually this takes about a month for one, and we managed to crank out six brand new ones in 2 weeks. I have fallen asleep on my couch with a dead gopher in my hand in various states of undress more times than I care to admit. It's happened, though.
The idea is to spread joy and attract potential sponsors for the Rural Museum.
People drive really far out of their way to come to this silly little thing. We're struggling a little bit with that right now, so we don't even know if we're going to be able to open this season.
The event is big business for hundreds of vendors, including Calgary's Red Skull Comics.
Helps with keeping staff on, and it's another influx for us as well. It's a good revenue stream.
But it's also about the connections. 100,000 people attend Calgary's Expo each year, many traveling from other cities and countries.
Friends that you see once a year because they're coming here directly for this, and everybody wants to belong to something. Everybody likes to have their own community.
Part of that community includes celebrities who play beloved characters.
Super excited to have the 4 Hobbits this year. We're celebrating, if you can believe it, the 25th anniversary of Lord of the Rings, which is really exciting. Celebrating with them taking the stage on Saturday night in a special event.
Another member of the fellowship will greet guests as well, and Gimli the dwarf is a fan favorite.
Have you got the image?
I think so.
Look, tell the camera. Your dwarf is the most human of all the fellowship. They're all a little bit perfect.
It's not John Rhys Davies' first time in the city, and he says the people keep bringing him back.
I love Canada, and I love coming back to Calgary as well. I'm British, and the bonds of history really are important to remember and to cherish.
Even if you can't come down to the BMO to meet the characters, you can see a lot of them in the Parade of Wonders Friday morning at 10:30 along 17th Avenue. Alicia Fieldberg, CTV News, Calgary.
All right, thanks, Alicia. Well, here is a closer look at that parade she mentioned. It begins at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow. So it starts at Central Memorial Park. The parade will move south down 2nd Street southwest and then east on 17th Avenue. And it will finish at the BMO Center. So drivers need to use alternative routes during that parade. Police closed a portion of 2nd Avenue Southwest this evening after chunks of metal fell from a plus 15. High winds started tearing the flashing off the underside of the connection between the Devon and Millennium Tower between 3rd and 4th Street. The fire department technical rescue team was called in to secure the scene. Police say that there were no injuries or any additional property damage reported. So, Daniel, we're obviously seeing wind damage already happening out there, and you're saying it's just going to continue.
Yeah, the winds are going to continue at this dangerous level, but then we're also looking at adding snow into the mix. So that will reduce visibility down to nothing in some spots at times. And some of these bands of snow could come with 10 centimeters in such a short amount of time. So blizzard-like conditions certainly possible. We may see a little bit of that in Calgary as well. To the east of Calgary is where we're more likely to get blizzard-like conditions and squall-like conditions. But for Calgary, we could have waves of it. It'll be cold, it'll be windy, it will be very wintry, and a day to stay off the roads if possible. More details on this just ahead.
Okay, thanks, Danielle. An anonymous donor revealed the Calgary man paying for coffee orders for years and how he has inspired others. Next.
You're watching CTV News, Calgary.
A Calgary man who quietly purchased coffees and meals for strangers at a local cafe is being remembered for his generosity and kindness. His legacy over more than 2 decades is now inspiring others to give back and to donate to mental health research efforts at the University of Calgary. Mark Villani has more.
Amidst the hustle and bustle at Cafe Beano often came a pleasant surprise at the till.
He often paid for an entire day's service. When his grandchildren were born or for his birthday, he would take care of the whole day.
For more than 25 years, customers received free coffees or treats, all of it done anonymously, but that generosity now has a name.
You know, Norm found a friend in every stranger.
Norm Johnson was a longtime Calgary businessman and regular at the coffee shop. He passed away 2 weeks ago at the age of 76. Those who knew him say his quiet giving was only part of the story, shaped by his own struggles with bipolar disorder and a deep belief in human connection.
He didn't judge the way you looked. If you were the intimidating looking person in the corner that no one was talking to, that was Norm's guy. He just found value in every human out there.
Those values are now being recognized with more than $160,000 in donations in Norm's memory to the University of Calgary's Mental Health Initiative for Stress and Trauma. Known as the MIST program, it began when Norm's son Trevor lost his close friend Mike McClay to suicide. The hope now is to prevent future losses.
To make people more aware of how to identify symptoms of stress and depression and mood changes in themselves.
Recent donations have also sparked further research at UCalgary, examining the mental health impact of psilocybin, a chemical found in magic mushrooms.
With MIST, we were directly given the money. We got to start the trial. So something that would have taken us 2 to 3 years took 2 to 3 months to begin.
As for today, Norm's legacy lives on through his signature order, affectionately called the Hot Norm, a Vietnamese coffee and 3 butter tarts.
It's a special place, the Beano.
I agree. But it's not just sharing a coffee, it's about sharing perspective on life and being there for each other.
I think human-to-human connection is impactful.
Mark Villani, CTV News, Calgary.
A breast cancer survivor is applauding the province's decision to offer mammograms to younger women. However, Albertans over 40 won't be able to self-refer until next year. Miriam Valdez-Carletti reports.
Cynthia Vermette has been cancer-free for more than a year. She underwent 12 rounds of chemotherapy and 15 rounds of radiation.
Beating breast cancer and going through treatment was one of the hardest things I've ever had to endure in my entire life.
2 years ago, Vermette went for a physical, and her doctor recommended she get a mammogram at 42 years old.
I said, well, I have no history of breast cancer in my family, and at the time, the age was 50 for screening. And that doctor, she saved my life.
The screening caught an early form of an aggressive breast cancer.
She said she just firmly believes that all women over the age of 40 need to get a mammogram.
A guideline the province is accepting. Yesterday, the province said it would lower the age of self-referrals for breast cancer screenings from 45 to 40.
It's so important that women have the ability to self-refer, as many women do not have family doctors. And it's putting the agency into women's hands where it should be.
People aged 40 and older won't be eligible until April 1st of next year. Nonprofit organization Dense Breasts Canada says a longer wait means some women could be diagnosed with cancer at a later stage.
In addition to survival, we can reduce so much suffering physically and emotionally by finding cancer early.
The province defends the timeline, saying it ensures the system is ready to manage increased demand and supports a smooth transition as awareness of the change builds ahead of full implementation. Until then, women 40 to 44 can access the screening with a doctor's referral.
If they do get diagnosed, I want them to have the same prognosis as me, which is 100% survival.
Something that Vermette doesn't take for granted.
Life is short, so I plan on living every single day and enjoying every moment.
Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
Well, it is really windy out there. Danielle will be back with our weather details just after the break.
All right. Well, when you look at the daytime highs for today, they don't look so bad. I mean, 5 degrees was our high in Calgary, 7 for Brooks, Lethbridge, Medicine Hat. Oh, but when you combine it with these gusts, the gusts got into the 80s for Calgary and Red Deer today, and into the 70s for Drumheller, Brooks, and through Medicine Hat. And we're not done with this yet. In fact, we're looking at gusts maxing around 90 kilometers per hour. That's the potential. Less likely in Calgary. The further east you go, more likely. And that's why the wind warning is in place. Medicine Hat over through to Lomond, Enchant, Brooks, and up through the Hanna area. 90 kilometer per hour gusts tonight through tomorrow, certainly possible. And outside of this, even though we don't have the warning in place, close enough. As you've already seen, we got close to that in Calgary already today. When you look at this other color here, this lighter green, that's the weather statement, the special weather statement in place, because not only are we looking at these strong wind gusts continuing, we're also going to combine it with bands of snow, and some of these bands of snow could be very, very heavy, and that will reduce visibility just like that. So you may run into that out there, and maybe hopefully you don't even have to drive out there for tomorrow. Here's the system. The core of it is off in Saskatchewan. This is a very impressive upper level low, and it's basically just drawing in the moisture, the wind, and we're going to see this really intensify through tomorrow as well, and that's why the special weather statements are in place. Now, Calgary, Lethbridge will be on the outside edge of this, so the snow should peak in at times, but east of that is where we're looking at more consistent snowfall with these bands. And again, we could get 10 centimeters of snow in very short amount of time with some of these bands that will be moving through. Calgary, we're looking at less, but if this system even shifts to the west a little bit, we'll see more snowfall. All right, so this will be on and off in the city right through Friday, right through Saturday as well. Now things will start to clear out on Sunday and get a little more manageable, but it will still be cold. Next week is a lot nicer. It will be bright and it will be warm, but until we get there, these are all the things you need to know. Most likely 2 to 4 centimeters in Calgary tomorrow, but again, if we get one of those heavier bands, we could see more than that. Just a high of 1, gusts up to 80 kilometers per hour. Gusts a little more reasonable on Saturday, 50 kilometers per hour in the city. That will come with some on and off snow as well, but we'll likely see less snow, 1 to 3 centimeters. Things start to clear out on Sunday, and things will certainly warm up for next week.
All right, looking forward to that warm up. Thanks, Danielle. It is National Volunteer Week, and residents of Calgary continue to lead the charge. The annual volunteer fair saw hundreds seeking a chance to do their part. Moses Waldo reports.
The 5th annual Calgary Volunteer Fair showcased 65 nonprofit organizations packing the University of Calgary downtown campus. A way to connect locals to meaningful causes, from youth mentorship, senior services, to food insecurity, among others. Serge Zoué volunteers.
My first language is French, so I just just volunteer in my community.
Immigrating from the Ivory Coast, Zoué helps those from West Africa adapt to life in Calgary, but is looking to lend a helping hand beyond his circle.
Just want to expand my knowledge, to just the community and just see how it goes.
It's what the Volunteer Fair is all about. Organizers say there's still a need for more volunteers.
By coming together like this, we're really hoping for people to feel a connection, feel the vibrancy that we have in Calgary.
The Calgary Volunteer Fair has joined forces with Volunteer Calgary, setting up an initiative to help newcomers fill the need.
It is very isolating journey, right? When you come to the new country, you have to learn everything. We are seeing there is a huge demand for the volunteers, but also newcomers who are coming from the different countries, different experience. There is a huge supply.
We know that it combats loneliness. We know that it increases your connection with your community. So by volunteering, you feel a much better sense of self-worth.
Having both a positive effect on those involved and nonprofits seeking help.
But make more friends, and just know something from those organizations too. So I'm just glad I'm just here.
Moses Wildu, CTV News, Calgary.
An estimated 600 interested volunteers came through the doors today, and that is a new record event, according to the organizers. Well, shared space. The polar bears at the zoo are now in a habitat together. We'll have details on how that's going next. Construction on Scotia Place is well underway. Check out this time-lapse video posted to X. The arena is starting to take shape. It'll be the future home of the Flames, Wranglers, Roughnecks, and Hitmen. The new event center is scheduled to open in fall of 2027. Looking good. Well, the polar bears at the Calgary Zoo have started sharing their habitat. This video posted to the zoo's Facebook page shows the two bears together during their first meeting this week. Officials say that the bears had a calm interaction. They appear to be comfortable sharing the same space. Yele is the latest polar bear addition to the zoo. The 20-year-old from Quebec arrived last month and has slowly been introduced to his new companion, CQ. I'm very happy for them. All right, thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful night.